going on, guys? We are back for another replay analysis, this time of Seb. He also wants us to be a little bit more team aspect with Paulie B. Let's just get into this real quick. We'll go back after I do my spiel. There we go. It's not loading for some reason. I like his car, though. I like the top hat. So you can get your replay analyzed. For some reason, people ask me every single time in YouTube comments, how do I get a replay analyzed? And I say it at the start of every video. I'm going to say it again. Patreon.com/Gibbs00. There's a replay tier there, so you can go check it out. There's also a free play tier there, coaching tier, so some other fun things. I'll be adding a little bit more to it in August, so keep on the lookout there. But these guys, Diamond 2, been playing together, I believe, for a while. So let's see how this goes. We'll start this over. This car is actually, hold on, let's just look at this car real quick. A little fly view. Look at these wheels. These are some out there wheels. I don't even know what type those are. I know someone will correct me because people love their cosmetics in this game. I've said it before. I don't care that much about it, but let's go. All right, so we got the going for boost style kickoff. It's not the end of the world. In twos, I like to cheat personally. You see how Danny cheated there, but the ball went so high up the wall it didn't really matter. Paulie B got his own boost, so that really helped. Good save. So right here, once you see this save, once you see the goalie miss, you see how that goalie swings by the ball? Right here is when Seb should probably push up pretty hard, because now he knows that neither of them have a ton of boost left. None of them have any momentum, so it's not going to be a hard clear. Plus, he's got a lot of boost as well, so he could make it back. If he would have crept up a little bit quicker, who knows? That pass was a little shallow, so I do like the play of him starting to creep up, but deciding against it and just trying to read the rebound. And that's the big thing in twos, is knowing when to go for the shot or just having the goalies panic and just clear it out right to you. A little bit of a weird read here. He goes for the contest on the wall, which is fine, but then he sees how they kind of pulled back out of it. He backs up. I probably would have backed up further. He had plenty of time. Both guys went back to net. He could have actually waited for his teammate at this point. See how Paulie B is slowly coming up? If he would have waited for a second bounce, if he would have sent Paulie B to the left, he could have hit him with a pass for a one-timer shot, and this play could have worked out really, really well. Instead, he goes for the weak shot. He gets some air on it, so now Paulie's just got to look for the rebound, but Marwall, or whatever his name is, followed behind it pretty cleanly. Paulie B here, though, I expected him to be back a little bit quicker. It looks like he took his sweet time getting that boost. Probably would have went for my own back corner boost, if anything, but works out. Nice little slowdown here. Trying to figure out what they want to do. It's not bad. You see how Danny is giving him space, and Marwa over there is also given space. So this is what you want to do. But again, Paulie B is right to his left. You should try for that pass. Instead, he doesn't. He tries to just beat Danny on his own. Like, use your teammate if he's there ready for the pass. Otherwise, then he's going to be out of position for the next play. So now it's a little 1v1 situation. All right, it worked out that he didn't have to do much here. I don't like how he turns around here and then goes to back up. Just looked a little rough, but Marwa just tries to bring up the wall for the pass. And it was a decent pass at that. Paulie B is trying to make the play. Honestly, you might be better off here, where Seb goes up the wall to contest this, because he has a little bit of a better angle, and then Paulie B coming back to net, but whatever. Either one works. He gets high up. Well, Seb gets high enough up in the air to make sure that that play doesn't result in a shot, which is fine. And Paulie B trying to push this down the field. These wall hits are like always a little shaky, because let's go over to Paulie B real quick. In twos, when you go for a wall play like this, as soon as you leave the wall, you're out of the play for a really long time. So you got to make sure it's a pretty good, effective hit. That hit wasn't great. It just rolled against the wall. It's pretty easy clear for blue team, but blue team gets a little bit hung up because Danny is on his way back, and also Marwa. Like, it looked like they were just trying to push as quickly as possible, try and get that counterattack. So now I like this play here from Paulie B. We'll follow him for a little while. Just trying to be a nuisance, and while he's being a nuisance, you see Seb here just kind of flirting around, waiting to see if anything pops out. It's a fine play. It just didn't work out. Blues defense was pretty solid there. Didn't let the ball to leak out into the middle where Seb was waiting. Now, this play right here is a little confusing. They both turn around. Like, again, Seb kind of backs up, like, after turning around. Like, instead, I would like to see him drive further back, then handbrake and do a turn, and it would save you a lot of time instead of trying to back up. Don't pull the wrong way, Woody. Nice demo there from Paulie B. That's what you want to do. And then, ooh, Marwa just leaves the net wide open. Let's see what happened here. Marwa's on his way back. Probably doesn't have a lot of boost. Oh, he hit the post. Oh, God. Let's not watch that again. Sorry, Marwa. Let's just not look at that. But let's go to Paulie B real quick. These plays I love, where you challenge up front, you try and cause some havoc, and on your way back, you go for the demo, or you go for the contest, so it leaves it open for Seb. Seb, great shot. Got a little lucky that the goalie was just out of the play completely, but it was a really good shot. Whenever you're just below the crossbar, that's exactly where you want to be for shots like that, so it worked out. Oh, no. This is why you want to cheat on these face-offs and twos. Let's see what Paulie B did here on this face-off. We see Seb going for it. Paulie B does, like, the half cheat. Like, this is not a face-off strategy that you should do. You have to decide either stay in net, cheat, or go for boost. You have three options here. Not this half cheat. Oh, wait, I'm going to turn around instead. Like, now he's just not in net, and he's completely out of position. And Danny, who did do the full-on cheat, gets the ball possession and makes the shot. And that's why I like cheating in twos, because you can get like a 1v1 solo shot. The only problem is if both teams cheat and you miss that contest, obviously like leaves a wide open net. But all in all, it's not the end of the world. Like, if you can read it well, you should be okay. Now, these plays are always the worst. Like, it looks really bad on Seb's part, but honestly, he thinks Paulie B is going to make this play. He's not expecting to have to make that save, so it's a little bit of a rough circumstance there. Let's see what happened with Paulie B here. He jumps. He doesn't go for the double pop. I think he thought he had the height on it, but you can get so much height on your double jump while boosting up that he would have easily made that save and threw it right back into his corner. But unfortunate for him, he tried to tilt down, just didn't judge the height on it. It happens. We'll continue here. Now they're down a goal, and that's tough to come back from. Like, after a play like that where it's kind of like, should have been a save. Paulie B trying to make the play. Nice little touchdown. Like, I want to see what Paulie B did, though. He could have got a shot here instead. All right, so this time he goes a little bit more for a cheat. He's not as extreme as Danny, but, like, it works out here, obviously. Danny tries to cheat really close, and this is just a clear win by Seb. This should have been a goal, but he actually just flies past the ball. It's a wide open net. And, yep, he just... Did he run out of boost? Maybe he ran out of boost because he started boosting there. I don't think he even does the double pop, let's see. Okay, he does do the double pop a little bit, but he could have got a little bit more vertical on it and used a little bit more of that boost, but it doesn't work out there. And then Seb, he's trying to come back around, but he's grabbing this boost. He's expecting a shot, probably. Doesn't work out, and then that's fine to fly for those. It puts Paulie B in a rough spot because he had zero boost, but honestly, when you're that close to a goal, it makes sense to try for it. Great demo there by Seb to take away the passee, and so then the pass cannot connect. And in twos, demos are so important because it leaves you in a 2v1 situation, and as long as the other guy doesn't do a solo play, which normally if they're not going for, then you'll be okay. They're usually going to look for a pass of some sort. So let's go back here a little bit. We got Paulie B demoed out. Weird challenge in the middle. Paulie B, again, just a weak touch there. Like, when you're the last one back, you have to be patient with these balls. And he had plenty of time to be patient. You see how there's a goalie all the way back on the blue side. And then this 50-50 happens. And you see Marwa still kind of in the air. He's probably not going to win that challenge. My apologies. Did not mean to switch players. Let's just go back and watch it again. So Marwa, he's like flipping off the wall. Probably not going to make a play. I understand being a little worried about it, but that's when you turn off ball cam for a second and look to see where these players are going. As soon as you see Marwa not going for the ball, you have all the time in the world, and then like you can do that bounce power shot. Instead, he goes to the aerial, which is a lot harder when you're right underneath the ball, and you kind of just centered it right for the other team. And when you're the last one back and you know that Seb's going to be out of play for a while, you just can't, like, you can't have plays like that happening, so. Moving on here. It's a 2v1 situation. Paulie's got to try and contest quickly. I like what Paulie does here. He's looking for that pass. He probably could have challenged a little bit sooner, but I do like the idea of he knows a pass is coming, and he reads it pretty well. Right here, he's trying to read what the other guy's doing, and then, of course, Seb getting that demo in. That's that hustle back in twos that you always want to see. And then here we're just losing a lot of 50-50s. Can't be losing those. Like, got to get behind the ball better and power through it. Nice play by Seb, looking out for the demo. This is not bad, but he's also got to worry about the pass. And now he's a little bit too crept up, because this pass happens all the time in twos, where you throw it out gently in front of the goalie, and then the goalie can hit it pretty powerfully down the field, and that's exactly what happens here. He avoids the demo, but doesn't avoid the shot. Or, I guess he does avoid the shot, but he doesn't want to avoid the shot. And that turns into a goal. And that's what you always have to be careful in twos. You want to get those passes in the air to make it a little bit harder for those goalies to get those power clears out. But it was hard for Seb there because he knew a demo was coming. It's kind of a team play. Paulie B kind of just put it at the wrong spot, and it turned into a goal. See what Paulie's got in this 1v1 situation. Oh, he faked out one. I do like this play by Seb. This could very easily turn into a 50-50 that goes any which way. So I do like him being a little cautious here. But the only problem with that is they're down 4-1. At this point, you might... Like, say this was a 0-0 game, then I like that decision. When you're down 4-1, you got to be more aggressive at this point. And that's a play that's pretty favorable for you guys to have a chance to score. So I probably would have kept up a little bit more behind Paulie and played that risk card of hoping he would win his 50-50 and get the ball out. It turns into a pretty favorable shot attempt by Seb here either way, because the fake works. Danny throws it to the side, but Seb just barely can't get around this ball in time. He might have been able to just do a little side flip and chip it up and made the goalie try and fly to it, because they only had one back at that point, and maybe they could have made a play out of that, but he went for the shot, just didn't have the angle in time, so it doesn't work out for him. Nice boost grab, trying to control this ball on the wall. I like making one miss here. Now you just got to try and get this pass out. Right there is where you want to try and pass it laterally and give it to Paulie Paul, because you know it's a 2v1 situation again. The goal is going to be in net trying to protect the goal, so Paulie Paul would have had a good shot if this wall aerial just went a little bit more sideways or even a little bit backwards too. Instead he throws it towards the net, which you don't really want to do. Since Paulie was waiting in that middle ground, you want to throw that laterally or a little bit back to give him a really high quality shot. Instead, it's kind of just like when you throw it at the net like that, it's just giving away a ball possession. But Paulie B making up for it here. Getting a goal for his team. One challenge that was pretty poor, and then the big 50-50 win. And again, there's only two people. You only have to beat two. Turns into a wide open net. Good job by Paulie winning that 50-50. And that play on the blue side, probably could have played it safer. Probably could have went low on it, actually. Whenever like you're the last one back and you're trying for a 50-50, you generally want to get on top of the ball to not allow it to go over your head and allow it to gain a lot of speed. Usually, like if you dig it into the ground, it'll lose a lot of speed and not go in precarious situations, I would say. Oh, the shot by Seb. He should be able to get the dunk. There it is. So let's go back here. Nice 50-50 win there. Again, it turns into like this diamond play. A lot of 50-50s where it's won or lost is turning into a lot of goals here in twos. And it worked out really well there. Again, Danny is the last one back here. Marwa is trying for a pass. Danny's creeping up way too far when you're up 2 goals with 1 minute left. You definitely got to be more careful in twos. That's always the plague of twos for a lot of players, is they see their teammate trying to drive it past the corner, and they're like, oh, he's trying to pass it to me. I should be available for pretty much any pass, so I'm going to stay really close. It's not what you want to do in twos. Most of the time, you want to see what type of pass it is, and the player that's trying to pass it should actually try and pass it backwards so you have a better chance at a shot. And if he does pass it sideways, then let the goalies try and clear it out, and you get the rebound and try for a shot there, or try to that continued pressure. I see that all the time in twos where like I'll take the ball like up a wall and don't really have a great chance for a pass, yet my player will still come up to try and take the shot when he really shouldn't at that point. And then we got like a deja vu goal over here from Seb once again. Once again right here, like a miss from Mawa, and then Danny. He's the last one back. Trying something weird. He probably should have just thrown it up the wall and left. Or at least tried to make a waste more time with this. Right here, when you know that Marwa's out of the play and you have 2 guys behind the ball on orange, you never want to just throw it off the wall towards the opponent's net. And that's what he does there. He also reads this way too late. Like, he should know exactly where this ball is going because he hit it there. He should be jumping a lot sooner. He doesn't make the play at all, and it turns into a really bad play. There, you got to roll it up the wall and follow behind it, waste a lot of time. This put in Marwa like a really bad situation where he's just trying to get back at this point. Honestly, though, here again, it's all about wasting time. He forfeits the ball completely when he could have maybe made a play against Seb here. Instead, he goes to the boost. And then he's just in, like, no man's land at this point. At some point, you have to challenge. You can't just give him that play. I'm not even sure like, if he did grab the boost because of the replay bug, but worked out there. Seb getting the goal on the counterattack. There we go. The boost grab by Paulie, but the face-off win right to him is always great to see. Just a little bit of a misread on this aerial. This is a great pass by Paulie, and this is exactly what I was talking about, where you want to throw it back towards your teammate. And that's a good read, and that's a good try by Seb, because you should be trying for those because it's a quality pass. He just misreads his aerial a bit. Good win there again, though. Blue team. Now, Mawa is just diving at balls. You should never be doing this play. Or Marwa. I don't even know what his name is anymore. We'll see here. He is that second man back, but look how deep he is. Like, they're still taking like 10 seconds left. That's plenty of time for a counterattack. And he is, like, diving at this ball when it's in the 6-yard box for the goalie. It's not what you want to do in twos at all. And that's something that everyone should learn. Don't dive at balls in the 6-yard box when there is a goalie. They're going to beat you every single time. Looks like we're going into overtime. Let's see what type of cheat we get here from Seb. All right, now they're going for the boost grabs instead. It's working out. Just winning the ball to the side. He's got plenty of time here. Shouldn't aerial that at all. There's no point to aerial that ball. There is literally no one near him. Wait for the ball to bounce and do a power clear. That's probably your best chance. Like, if you aren't great at the 1v1 dribbles. Of course, if you can do those, then you want to take the ball down and try and do a flick play. But most of these players around Diamond probably don't have that skill set. But you should never fly to this ball. It's a much harder clear than if you just wait for this ball to bounce and power clear it out where you can throw it off that backboard. Here, he flies to it and just gives a ball possession away to blue team pretty easily. It should have been a harder clear, honestly, for Marwa, but it worked out for him. But that's one of those plays you should never be doing. Here, he goes for the boost grab. Oh, no, the unfortunate pass to the middle. Paulie B, though, saves the day. Good job by Paulie there for being there. But that's not a ball you want. Like, I understand that you want boost, but you have to put the ball in a good enough position. Like, not for a pass out to the middle, obviously. But, you know, everyone knows that, so that's fine. Now, good patience here. It was good patience up until he actually went for this attack. Right here is where, like, if you're going to attack, he should be boosting at this point. He waited way too long to try and attack this ball. He's trying to read it off the wall, I think, a little bit too long. And this plagues every player that is not, like, one of the best. It's very hard for them to read the ball off the wall. They have to wait for it to bounce off the wall and then try and read it. And the best way to learn those is, honestly, just attack them all the time. Like, just trust your instincts and go for the attack. That helps a lot in unranked, so you don't lose your ranks because of it. But, oh no, the misses from everyone. A good idea here by Seb. He tries to come up for the attack. He's not sure about it. Then he tries to at least get the block. It doesn't work out, but honestly, you have Paulie B going back. It's not the end of the world there. The other team is purposely going to just try and push the ball away from their goal. So Paulie B should have an easy time to get it back, so you don't really need anyone else back there. A nice idea here from Marwa, trying for that dribble shot. Doesn't work out for him. Uh-oh. This is looking bad. Marwa taking the ball away from his own teammate, and luckily it didn't result in a goal yet. Seb trying for the shot. Pretty close. Like, I like the idea here. The bounce shot is a good idea. Just doesn't get enough power behind it. Like, doesn't get enough momentum behind himself, so doesn't work out. I like this play by Seb. He's cutting off that rotation. He sees Paulie B kind of throwing it low, but he knows that he can block that with a 50-50. So I do like that play. It's pretty aggressive play, but I do like it. Worked out. Now just a retreat. Everyone grabbing boost and such. Now that's a diamond clear in a nutshell right here, where he goes up the wall and just throws it right down into the ground. So good idea by Seb there, just waiting it out. And these are the type of plays, the lower ranks you are, the harder it is for people to do like a 1v1 clear attempt on you. So you can give them time and just wait till they make a mistake. And that's exactly what happened there. It's a nice long game. We're trying to read that ceiling. He had time at least. He could have flown a little earlier, but he does make the save. But again, Danny is right there to make another play at it. Probably could have flown, but those are hard to read. It's understandable. Danny with a good 50-50 and then knocks Seb out of the way. And right here again, see how... I guess Paulie had no boost. Let's go back a little bit, see what type of plays he's doing here. Looks like he has no boost. Honestly, at this point, maybe hug the wall, but it's probably too late anyway. That ball came off way too far. But if you have no boost, like Paulie B has here, just sit on the goal line. There's nothing else that you can do but sit on the goal line there and hope for the best and then try and make a save, try and guess where the shot is. It doesn't work out there, and they lose the game. But all in all, not a terrible replay, just some plays where they're not patient enough. This happens with every game I see when it gets lower and lower in ranks, where they always want to go for an aerial when you don't need to at all. You always want to like assess a situation and not try and do your high-risk play, which is you flying in the air. Everyone wants to fly in the air, obviously, but it's most of the time not a good idea. Like, if you don't have to use it, don't use it. So that's all I got for this replay analysis. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And thank you, Seb, for the support on Patreon, and we'll see you guys next time. Later.